Hi guys, I'm sure all mothers out here are tired of their kids saying, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna eat that, I want cookies, I want chips, I'm not gonna eat dal chawal, I only want to order pizza. And I'm also sure you're a bit confused about junk food, how much to eat, how much to not, what to avoid. Hi, this is Jesal and welcome to Little Joy's Unbox Parenting, where we discuss modern parenting in the Indian context. And joining me today is Shruti Kainya, who is a nutritionist and a mother herself. And she's going to help us understand a bit more about junk food and how it affects our bodies. Hi Shruti, thank you for joining us.
Hi Jesal, thank you so much for having me. Let me burst this myth in the start only that just because I'm a nutritionist doesn't mean my child eats all healthy food.
I'm sure.
That does not happen. Kids are kids, they don't really understand a lot about what exactly is nutrition.
Yeah.
They're highly influenced by us.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, that kind of decides how much junk our child is also going to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point in our lives and in this day and age, all of us are addicted to junk food in some shape or form. I don't think it's just limited to kids. I think adults also find it very difficult to make the right food choices. So let's start by understanding what exactly constitutes as junk food. What would you categorize as junk food?
Sure. So in simple words, junk food is something which does not have any nutritional value per se. Meaning it may not have a lot of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, or the kind of nutrients you need for overall growth. So junk food is usually high in energy, meaning they'll be higher on calories and carbs.
Yeah.
But they're usually higher on salt and sugar too. And that is where the addiction starts.
Yeah.
So empty calories without nutritional value is what constitutes as junk food for me.
So growing up, we didn't have a lot of options when it came to buying food, right? Whether it was ordering food on apps or whether it was going to your kirana store to buy something, the options were very limited. Now when you go to these large format grocery stores, you actually find it very difficult to pick from the hundreds of options available. So how do you identify what you're buying is actually good for you, or is that also junk food? And if it's good to give our children that kind of food?
Right, so I would actually suggest a simple 3-step process. Number 1, always see the form in which the food is available.
Yeah.
Like it's the natural form or it's a processed form.
Yeah.
If it is natural, for example, potatoes. If you're eating it in a natural form, like just boiling it or having it as a vegetable, it's natural form.
Yeah.
But if you are frying it or having it in a processed form like chips, then automatically that falls into the junk category.
Understood.
Number 2, always be mindful about the marketing claims that the companies do.
Yeah.
Like the front page or the front label would always be very, very attractive with huge amount of marketing claims. But the trick is to turn it around and always read the back label.
Yeah.
The nutritional label will decide how good or bad the product is.
Yeah.
So I would suggest reading the calories, reading the sugar content, the carbohydrates, the protein, and most importantly, checking the serving size.
Yeah.
Now here is where a lot of people kind of get confused.
Yeah.
Because the packet of chips may be 200 grams, but the nutritional value would be given for the serving size of 100 grams.
Yeah.
So you may eat the entire packet thinking that actually you have consumed only 100 grams, but actually you've consumed twice of it.
Yeah.
So that's a huge misunderstanding.
So you have to double whatever you see on that on the list.
So always see that the serving size for the nutritional value and the serving size of the packet is the same or not.
Yeah.
To avoid
absolutely.
confusion.
Yeah.
And number 3, now I know how many calories I'm getting basically from this packet of chips. But now I need to know what is the source of that calories.
Yeah.
Like what kind of ingredients have been used.
Absolutely.
Are they whole grains or are they simple sugar based? So having an idea about the ingredients is extremely important.
Yeah.
I feel once you undertake these 3 steps, sounds like a lot right now.
Yeah.
But once you put it into practice, you can actually make a very educated decision that do I want to include this product in my child's diet or in my diet or not.
Yeah, and also I feel like our ancestors never had to go through this problem because they basically either grew what they wanted to eat and whatever they couldn't grow they bought from their local markets,
Right.
but as a whole food. So if it was pulses, they were buying whole pulses, they were buying rice, they were buying wheat,
Exactly.
or they were buying fruits and vegetables. but there was no ready to eat packaged food.
Right.
So this is a problem of now.
Because things have become too convenient and too accessible for everyone.
Absolutely. So what according to you makes up junk food?
So at least a couple of items that you should be definitely careful about. I'll mention those here. So like your chemicals. So processed items precisely. When we say processed, we mean whether it's added chemicals, preservatives, additives. That definitely, so it's obvious that it's a junk item by default. There is nothing natural left about it.
Yeah.
Secondly would be added sugars. The amount of sugars that they are added now in any kind of a snack, a simple snack, is alarmingly high.
Yeah.
And that is actually a way to tempt the kids, or for that matter even adults, to come back to that product again and again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And number three would be careful about the saturated fats, which precisely comes from, again, your refined oils.
Yeah.
Like your palm oil, rapeseed oil, canola oil sometimes. They use it for deep frying or refrying sometimes. This is what your chips and snacks are made out of.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful that these three items are not a part of your daily snacking pattern.
Yeah. A lot of snacks available in your local kirana stores or your grocery stores actually don't even have ingredients written on them.
Yes.
They don't have a date of manufacturing, they don't have a date of expiry. Once opened, how many days should you consume that, that food within? They don't have all that information. So it's best, I would say, if you're really into those dry snacks like your chakli and your wafers and your chips, get someone to come home and make it.
Absolutely.
And get them to come home once a month, make it in front of you. You at least know that you have bought these ingredients. It's your oil that they're using. It's, your masalas, your flour. It's not maida. It's the quality is in your control.
Absolutely.
Right?
You're right. I've seen so many items which actually do not have a nutritional label.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
just those transparent
but just
packets.
because of the taste.
Yeah.
And you can actually see the oil sticking to the outside label.
Yeah. And like when you open it, sometimes it smells rancid because that oil has gone rancid.
It's definitely highly inflammatory refined oil that gets used again and again.
But the problem with junk food is that it's so damn addictive, right? Like everybody craves it, whether it's the adults in the house or it's the children. It's really, really hard to keep away from it. So let's understand what are the effects of junk food on our bodies.
So just the way you said, it's very addictive and there was a big smile on your face. That is because that is the association the ingredients of the junk food want to make with your psychological mindset too.
Yeah.
So not on the physical body, but also on your psychology, it has an effect.
Yeah.
For example, your happy hormone, which is dopamine, it actually gets released when you have something sweet. So you remember people when they were very cranky, you say, kuch meetha kha lo.
Yeah.
Meetha khate they become very happy.
Yeah.
Basically, that is when the dopamine is secreted, which is your happy hormone, which helps you calm down. But the idea is you don't have to make a pattern out of it. Now, every time if I'm feeling sad, I start eating a chocolate, then that is the reason cases of childhood obesity starts increasing. Now the cases of juvenile diabetes are on the high. So all these associations that we actually make for our kids leads to them coming into a pattern where their mindset is set in a way. Like I'll give you an example of an 8-year-old boy who's my client. Now, just 8-year-old, but during COVID in the last 1.5 years, he ended up having a lot of outside food, a lot of junk food.
Okay.
His cravings were on a high. His lethargy level increased. He put on a lot of weight. He started getting breathless at the age of 8 and did not participate in any physical activity related sports with his friends. So when we actually had a one-to-one counseling with him, we understood that that is because he finds his happiness only in junk food. So to break that pattern is a task then. Once you set that pattern, breaking that is not easy.
I can't even imagine a 8-year-old boy who's not physically active because he's eaten so much. So what are some of the alternatives parents can, give their kids when they're traveling or when they're out of the house? Because it's not always practical or an option to carry home cooked meals all the time.
Absolutely.
So, on flights, maybe on a train, what do you think, we can offer our kids?
So now, luckily, there are a couple of items that kids have started liking. For example, makhanas have become very popular of late. So you can home roast those makhanas, add some flavors like the pudina flavor or the peri-peri flavor for the kids, but home roasted. You can have the basic seen chana bhel, which you have eaten since childhood. We can try those. We can get those jawar puffs.
Yeah.
And you can roast them at home.
Yeah.
And if you have sugar cravings sometimes, then opt for like a local bakery available, like a banana loaf cake, or you make those dry fruit and chocolate balls at home,
Yeah.
yogurt smoothies.
Yeah.
So offer options like that which still have a nutritional value,
Yeah.
very close to your homemade options.
And also some flavored yogurt. If nothing else is available, you're already in another country. These are some easy go-to things that you can pick up at any grocery store.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, growing up, I think we would go out for dinner maybe once a month. Maybe when it's like someone's birthday, someone's anniversary. Or we would go to a friend's birthday party and, you know, they would give us that little piece of cake and a samosa and some
the chips.
and that would be a highlight for the month, right?
Right.
Cut to now where desserts and unhealthy food is so available, it's so accessible. My son, who's 3, also knows that you are supposed to order food on the phone. So when he wants something, he'll just say, Mama, order this, and he'll give me my phone. So accessibility to junk food is the biggest problem right now, because how as a parent can I constantly say no and keep telling my child that no, I'm not going to order it. It's available, the cake is there, but you're not going to get it. It's extremely difficult now.
Absolutely. It's just a click away.
Yeah.
Every
exactly.
kid knows how to order food now, and plus
Yeah.
they see these ads and stuff like that and get very tempted.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll tell you that after the pandemic, after COVID, I have actually seen a lot of kids coming to me who have actually put on a lot of weight. They now fall in the overweight to obese category because during COVID, they've been so addicted to the junk food.
Yeah.
And it is because of this ease and this convenience
Yeah.
that the problem has come. Also, I've noticed a lot of parents and grandparents who actually bribe their kids. So for example, if they want some work done or if they want the child to behave in a certain manner, they'll be like, you behave like this for 10 minutes, you will get one chocolate.
Yeah.
Now you are trying to enforce good habits in a kid, right? You want to make positive association with food.
Yeah.
But the association is very negative because now the child will always feel that if I behave good, I'll get a chocolate.
Yeah.
And every time he wants to behave good, it's only for the chocolate and not because he knows that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So this bribery system definitely needs to stop.
You know, a lot of mothers complain that their child refuses to eat food at the dinner table and they'd rather just, you know, cry and throw a tantrum and, you know, ask for their cookies or their chips. And, you know, they give in because they don't want to see their child go hungry. And my only thing to them is that let your child go to sleep once hungry. The next day they'll know the value of good food and home food.
Exactly.
You know, so, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? What's your take on this?
I agree to this. So as a mother, I think all mothers are slightly emotional when it comes
Yeah.
to her kids. So you're like, oh my God, my child is not eaten. The focus on food and the kid is so much
Yeah.
that if the child goes hungry even once, I think the mother gets more stressed out than the child.
Yeah.
Couple of things I would actually recommend here personally would be number one, do not give your child a lot of options.
Yeah.
So if he knows that, you know, if I'm going to say no to, for example, say bhindi, to a vegetable,
Yeah.
my mother is going to come up with some other vegetable for me because I give him options, it's my mistake. I'm opening up to the possibility of having multiple choices always.
Yeah.
Now that is not something we have also grown up as, right?
Absolutely.
We have never had so many options. Secondly, be a very good role model for your child.
Yeah.
Kids are very, how do I put it? Can I say that they're very influenced by their parents?
Yeah.
You know, their grasping power, observation power is very high.
Yeah.
So when they see that, you know, when my mother is stressed, she simply picks a packet of chips.
Yeah.
Next time he feels the same way. He knows that's the right thing to do. My mother does the same.
Yeah.
So they kind of pick up on your
Yeah.
behavior.
They absolutely mirror everything that we do.
So that encouragement or motivation to eat right comes from the house itself.
Yeah.
And number 3 would be keep them busy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we say kids are hungry, lot of slangs came up for that.
Yeah.
But it's just that they're just bored.
Yeah,
They're
they're
eating.
bored.
How many times do we don't do that, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're just bored or stressed, you may not even realize that you're binging on food.
You just go till the fridge, open the fridge, see what is in
Yeah,
the snack
finally
cabinet.
the third try you'll definitely end up picking something
Yeah,
from the fridge.
absolutely.
So even for kids, keep them busy, keep them engaged. If they're just bored or stressed or just looking here and they're idle all day around, they're gonna be tempted to eat junk food,
Yeah.
and especially if you've stored it in the house.
Yeah.
Lastly, make sure that, you know, they're hydrated.
Yeah.
This is a very common problem even amongst adults. We sometimes cannot differentiate.
Yeah.
For example, I just had a meal. After half an hour, if I'm hungry, I'm assuming I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm hungry for water. I'm thirsty. That differentiation kids won't understand.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you keep them hydrated, give them good healthy beverages again and again, and maybe you'll automatically see that the cravings are reducing.
Yeah.
They were genuinely thirsty, and side by side you'll make sure that their habits are improving and hydration is improving.
Yeah.
Which would be fantastic.
We now live in an age where if the food at home is not great, we can just order something and it'll be here in like 20 minutes, right? So the importance given to food has increased so much. It's people admit that they live to eat. They're always seeking out the next restaurant, the next amazing food, the next amazing dessert to eat. And your children are growing up in a world that is obsessed with food. They're obsessed about planning food, about talking about food. And eventually, your child is going to be a foodie. So, reduce the overall importance given to food in your house in general.
Absolutely.
Focus on nutritional food that's good for the body. And I think that as parents, we have to educate the next generation. That's our responsibility because they are going to emulate us. If we are going to be big time foodies, if we are going to keep ordering food from outside, they'll think that that's the normal.
That's right.
So now let's discuss some myths and facts around junk food. There's one that says, the more my child eats, the healthier he is.
So that's what, when you hear to it twice and listen in your head twice, you'll understand that what a myth it is.
Yeah.
Now your stomach is basically an expandable organ, right?
Yeah.
So it can expand to 3 to 4 times or even 5 times of its actual size. So the more you eat, the more you are expanding. Doesn't mean you're becoming healthy, right?
Yeah.
Like earlier we used to say, oh, what a cute chubby child, used to pull cheeks.
Yeah.
But now the chubby child doesn't mean it's a healthy child.
Yeah.
The concept of healthy has changed, it has evolved. So now if your reliance on junk food is high, and you are thinking कि चलो कुछ तो खा रहा है,
Yeah.
अगर रोटी नहीं खा रहा है तो chips खा लिया,
हाँ.
कुछ तो खाया, then you're not understanding that that is actually not making your child healthy.
Yeah.
He may grow.
No, I think this whole concept of कुछ तो पेट में जा रहा है ना, कुछ तो खा रहा है. I think that needs to stop because this कुछ तो, now the options are limitless. So you can't just be happy with the fact that your child is putting something in their stomach.
Right.
You have to be very aware of what they are putting.
So कुछ तो की जगह पे कुछ नहीं दो is better that we discuss. Don't give options.
Yeah.
He'll actually come back to you and ask for the food that you have made.
Yeah.
And that habit will develop gradually.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is kids abroad eat pizza and pasta regularly and they look healthy.
Wow. So now kids abroad, when you say, the environment that they have grown up with, the culture, the kind of foods available there is completely different to what is available here. So there, if they're eating pasta, if you see there, the amount of carbs they eat comparatively is very less. The amount of the protein in terms of meat is much more higher. But in India, when I say a pasta, you mean with lots of sauces. You mean a lot of cheese for kids specifically. So their pasta and this pasta does not compare itself, right? Plus their amount of protein is not the amount of protein a vegetarian kid here has. So the comparison technically is not right. I'm not saying don't give an Indian child pasta. Give him. Try to give him whole wheat based pasta or give it on certain days, but not as a reward and not as a bribe for sure.
So now let's take some questions from our community. We have one mother who's written to us. For 4-year-old kid, how much junk can we give?
So, this is a common question when I have clients. The first thing they ask me after understanding the diet is, when will I get my cheat day? You know, that is the first question even when they're starting a diet plan. So, I can understand the excitement about the craving and the junk. But I always tell them it's never a cheat day. It is always a cheat meal. There's a difference between the two. You're not going to get cheat days, but you'll definitely get a cheat meal. Similarly for kids, anywhere between 2 to max 3 cheat meals in the entire week is okay. Provided rest of the meals are quite balanced, homemade and not refined. So if you're giving 2 to 3 cheat meals, they should be spread across the week. The remaining meals across the week should be quite balanced, avoiding excess sugar from outside and refined flour. And most importantly, this will make sure that the child gets used to the concept. See, if I'm eating anytime when I feel like it, I'm calling for junk food, I'm eating it, my sugar levels are going to fluctuate. My digestive health is going to go for a toss if I'm having back-to-back meals. But if I know I'm allowed 2 cheat meals in a week, and it's gonna be, for example, on a Wednesday and a Sunday, that mindset also has done.
Yeah.
The child knows that Tuesday mama will not allow. There's a possibility I'll wait for Wednesday.
Yeah.
So let me eat this Tuesday. You are adjusting his expectation also along with yours.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect way to set it for both of you.
Yeah. So once in a, like 2 meals in a week is what you're suggesting, right? Which is 2 meals out of 21 meals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I say 2, I'm really hoping the parents out there will stick to 2 or at the most make it 3. But if I give an opinion or an option of having 5 to 6 meals out of the 21, it's definitely going to go way more than that.
Yeah. We have another question that says, hi ma'am, it's a very needy topic. We moms are very alert about avoiding junk food for our kids, but how do we stop our in-laws? In spite of telling them all its side effects, the situation is still the same. We give thousands of healthy options, but at the end they say, हाँ एक बार खाया तो क्या हो गया, and the conversation ends.
I can understand.
I think grandparents also have a soft corner, na? Like they cannot see their grandchild go even little hungry. या एक कुछ demand आ गया तो then they have to be that अरे दे दो. They would have been strict with us, but not with the grandchildren.
Of course. I think little biased towards grandparents. I had grandparents who were very sweet and always willing to give me this. I understand this. And my son has grandparents again who are very willing to do such things. But I think the idea here is, see, the entire onus of your child's health is going to be on the mother, largely.
Absolutely.
So you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
So you talk to the grandparents, you talk to your in-laws and tell them that, you know, you go ahead and give them this.
Yeah.
But give it on these 2 specific occasions.
Yeah.
So that even he'll admire it more, he'll expect it at the right time, and he'll appreciate it more, he'll value it more. Because every time if there's a shed of tear and you're coming with a chocolate, तो उसको पता जितनी बार होगा chocolate मिलेगी. That is where the bribery system that we talked about earlier starts. So I think it's okay if grandparents pamper their grandkids. They're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Finally, I'd like to conclude that it's imperative for us as parents to lead by example. Only if we make healthy choices, if we stock good healthy food at home, if we eat on time, we sleep on time, we try to eat what's good for us, will our children try to mirror us and emulate our habits. So if you want to raise healthy children and you want to limit their junk food, it starts with you. Thank you so much, Shruti, for joining us today. I love discussing this topic with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's a wonderful topic to discuss. And and I love the way you summarized, by the way, that you're right, that how kids actually learn from us. It always begins at home. So I would request everyone out there to please watch this video with all your family members, the in-laws, the parents, the kids, everyone, because there is something for everyone to learn and understand, and hopefully it'll help you all too.
I hope you guys liked watching this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from our channel. You can go to our website or download our app to buy our products, to consult experts, and also to join our parenting community. Until next time, I'll see you in another video with another expert. See you soon. Bye-bye.